All right, we're gonna start at Salakia before we get started, right? Shalom Yahweh Shem Ashrafakatham, Shalom Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashim Hashan, right? All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, this is the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, right? Let me know if you can hear me too, or check, if you can, or if the fan's making too much noise, we'll turn it down, right? You know, Go ahead. It is good. All right, go on. Um, all right. Yeah, I mean, this is the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, right? Man, starting at one West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Right. Another thing too, which really got me hooked to this school was when I first seen it said we are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups, or any other ethnic group, any other organization. We're not affiliated with any other, if it's not of the ISUPK, it's not telling you the truth. It's not going to help you. Why? Right? Why? Because why do we say that? Because all these other fractions, they have like, it's just too many things that doesn't they're just basically unstable like water. That's all I can say, right? They all have problems either with each other, or it's just horrible, man. It's just horrible, right? It's just they're in a place where it's just they can't compete with the ISUPK, right? I mean, that shit, it's like that goes without being said, right? I mean, just look at everybody that tries to talk down on ISUPK. Look at everybody that tries to talk down, and they whatever they're trying to talk down on us about, they actually get lower than that. They don't, and we never fall. We've always stood up, tall and strong. You see polite falling, you see IUIC falling, you see the conscious community falling. I mean, I don't even hear about them anymore. You don't hear about the Egyptology. You don't hear none. I think they went extinct, Prague. I don't hear none of them. I don't hear about any of these other organizations. They're all either hiding from the COVID vaccine because they think it's a chip, or you know, they just out there doing their worldly things, man. Which we're gonna talk a little bit about that, right? We're gonna talk about how we in the last days, right? But first, we're gonna talk about our topic, right? Which is you know love indeed, Slakia. Love not in word but in deeds, right? What is in deeds? Go ahead, Kabarma.
So, like, sir, it's what you do.
What you do, right? Actions. You know, action pack, right? Make sure you back up what you do, right? How do you know? Like, for instance, how do how do people in the world know that the ISUPK, it's like the ISUPK has real brotherhood? Is because of how we treat one another. When you come to our cookouts, you feel it. When you go to the cookouts, man, it's just, I mean, basically, it just leaves you speechless.
Mm-hmm.
Because when have you ever seen a group of blacks, Hispanics, Native American? When have you ever seen that all in one, right? All in one joint. Like, when have you ever seen that? Like, you never see something like that, right? Not even in your family reunions, not even in nothing, right? Not even in your what's that called, in your Thanksgivings,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because in every gathering that you get with your family, there's always problems,
Right.
right? And guess what? Over here, we get together, we drink, and guess what? Ain't no fights.
That's right.
There's no drama. There's no issue. There's no bloodshed. But there is a lot of damn, I have damn. When's the last time I seen you?
Right.
Hey, come here. Well, like it's all that. Like that's all I hear is like, man, it's like, oh, how you been? This and that. Like, just a lot of chopping it up, getting together with your brother, talking about, the things that you guys been through. And it's just, man, seeing how Esau's kingdom is falling, and rejoicing in that, man. Like that's what we come together for, right? We don't come together to talk about, have you tried this weed, this and that. Nah, hell no. Why? Because that is not brother. You teaching your brother a wrong thing, right? You basically making him stumble, right? What like you over here, you opening conversations to basically put that brother down, like to what's that word? Well, it is really, you're trying to put your brother in back in slavery, in so much words, because with what you do, your actions, right? Your your flesh. When every single time you're the thing that you're battling with, right, in your mind and in the world, right, you trying to get away from that and giving him, how did I say this? Giving him like a something to numb the pain, right? To something to put him to sleep. That's not gonna help him. That makes him a what? A slave,
Right.
right? You build a slave, right? And that's what America built slaves, and now we're just a product of America. Now we just carrying on that same trait that the slave master put on our forefathers, right? And now we just do it willingly, right? We just smoke weed willingly. Now we just get high willingly. Now we just basically hate our brother willingly, right? Why? Because of oppression, right? And and Christianity can't get that medicine to escape that. Why? Because as far as you see, all you can do is just pray to a white Jesus. Think that, and actually wash yourself with some water, and think to yourself that you are clean when really you are not clean. That is the deed that I'm talking about. Go ahead.
So, like, if I could, sir, to build on what you're saying, because that's very heavy. Christians are like the only individuals that believe that you can get into some water, and have it not be warm, and then get out of that same water and be clean. And then even more so than physically, they think that cold water without soap and a towel makes you spiritually clean.
Right. Man, when the Most High said, you have it's like, how does it go? Man, I'll probably get it later. Yeah, where your mark. Yeah, with much nitron, nitron, right? But your sin is marked before me, right? You can wash all you want, right? You can dip your fingers so many times, do as many crosses as you want, right? In the Catholic Church, I remember that's what we used to do, right? When I was young, when I didn't know any better, right? When my parents didn't know any better, so I was just doing whatever my parents were doing, right? It's like, what's the cross for? Oh, just do it, right? That's all. That's all they say. Just do it. Go ahead.
So, like, I was just gonna say, I don't mean to take you too far off the topic, but they'll even baptize babies. So a baby gets born again. Now this baby was just born. Ain't never said a word in his life. Now this baby got to be born again, getting dunked in water, and now he getting baptized. You don't know what the hell going on. He think you drowning. It's a lot.
It's because they believe that that child was born with sin. That's what they believe. They believe that that child was like born with sin, or the mother and the father didn't have this child properly. Which why they allow you to abort the child, right? Which why they allow all these things to happen, right? Which basically is even a, a way worse, a way worse thing to do, right? But man, like that's why I said, like, if that's what the scripture says, if the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. And that's what the Christian and the Catholic Church are. They're just blinds leading the blind, right? The blind are falling. Not only that, but they actually protect their God. They protect their religion, they protect their pastor, right? When we go out in the streets, those are Christians throwing water bottles, throwing whatever they have near them at us, right? They throw that at us because why? Because they believe in their Christian heart that they're showing love to the Most High with going to that church, with listening to that pastor, with praying, with smoking or slacking, smoking weed the day before or that night, or hoeing that night, going home and praying and thanking God. Oh, thank God I made it home back safe. Thank God for this blunt. You know how many times I've heard that? Oh, thank God for this blunt. Man, he knows I needed this, right? Like that is a wicked thing, right? Which shows that you lack knowledge, man. It just shows that you lack knowledge, and you don't have any understanding of what these scriptures talk about, right? Because you've been deceived, you've been lied to, and that's what the Christian church was built for, to lie to you, to tell you, to not tell you the truth, to keep the truth from you, right? And guess who he taught? Who taught him, right? Guess who taught your pastor? The oppressor, right? The slave master. That's what taught him. Taught how to what? To destroy the people, right? Woe unto them that feed themselves and not my flock. And that's what they do. The Christian church, that's all they do, is they feed themselves and they do not take care of the Most High's children. But yet, rather, they will choose Dylan Ruth rather than a poor black man, than a poor Mexican, a poor Native American. They'll rather choose Dylan Ruth and forgive him. They'll rather forgive Amber Geiger, right? They'll rather join the whole, stop Asian hate, right? They'll rather make laws for stop for I think even Joe Biden, right, just made a bill or something like that, Asian incrimination or something like that. Like if you hate, it's like I gotta look this up. I don't want to I don't want to say something that is not true, but I still gotta look. I just seen it. I was like, is this really true? But you never know, right? As far as I've seen, as far as the world has shown us, is that, or America better yet, right, has shown us, is that they will love everyone else, every other foreigner, right, more than God's chosen people, which are the children locked up in those cages, which are the mothers breastfeeding their child through a gate. They'll love every other, it's like they'll love every other nation, and as they should, man. They should all get together, right? Because guess what? At the end of the day, they're gonna have to get together to fight the army of God. They're gonna have to get together when that time comes. But guess what? We should come together too as well, man. That's the most important thing, man. And that's the thing that you don't understand. That we need to come together. Oh, it's like gather yourselves together, O nation not desire. We are we need to get together like it's our only option, which really it is. Like it's our only option, right? We can't. We've tried to get along with the white man. How did that go? 400 years later, how did that go? Well, what happened to Martin Luther King? He got shot. He got killed by a white man. The same people that he was trying to join himself with, he got killed by. Right? Man, we need to separate ourselves from America, man. If you do not want to be partakers of her sins, man. And the Most High will utterly destroy you. Right? The Most High will destroy you because you trying to join with the enemy. Guess what? Since you close enough to the enemy, guess what? That fire is gonna devour you. That fire is for it's there for who? For the people who have so like the nations that have oppressed us. And you close to those to the enemies, to those nations, man, that fire is gonna devour you too, man. Give me Give me First John 2 and 3. And go ahead, Kabarama. You gonna say something?
It's like you got one of Rod's, sir.
Okay, come. Go ahead.
It's the book of First John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him.
Right. Hereby we know. This is how you know the Most High, right? Go ahead.
If we keep his commandments.
Keep going.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Right. This is how you know the Most High, right? This is how you know the difference between the Most High. So like this is how you know the difference between a soldier of Christ, and not only that, but you know, the true prophets from an antichrist, people who hate Christ, the people who were persecuting Christ, man. This is how you know the difference between one West and the world and a Christian, right? If you keep the commandments, man. And in here, believe this, man. We push that on everything, right? We push that on everything. You can't come in here a sinner and think that you're gonna stay a sinner. Like you can't come in here and a wicked man or a wicked woman and think you're gonna stay a wicked woman or a wicked man. You're gonna have to change, man. You're gonna have to change. Right? Go ahead.
Like, sir, if I could, is to build on what you're saying, like, you know, this is how you can tell that the difference between like the true prophets, and you know, for lack of better expression, like a Christian is like it's always Christians and people who believe that God loves everyone and Jesus died for everyone and Jesus loves everyone that have a problem when we just read scriptures. They can't.
Right. We basically tell the truth. We just bring out, you know, word for word what the scripture is telling you. Like we don't take away or add. We just tell you what's right in front of you. And it's just common sense, really. It's just common sense. I mean, if you just really look up the history, I mean, that's the thing, man. Like as soon as I found out, we were just like I remember telling you guys yesterday, right? Or it's like Sabbath, right? It's like all my life I was thinking like, man, Joro Pyle hates Mexicans. The sheriff is hunting down the Mexicans. America, you know, is calling. You know, if they find any Mexican, they're gonna deport them. I'm like, at that time, I was like, man, I don't even. At that point, I was thinking like, I was young too. I was probably like what in 4th, 5th grade, I believe. I don't even know how old I was. I was like what, 12, 14? No, not 14, not 12. I don't even know. But anyways, I was young though, right? And I was just like, dang, like SB 1070 and everything, right? Was passed, right? They're still trying to pass it and all that. And I was just thinking, like, man, like being a Mexican don't look good, don't look too good right now, right? Being a Mexican is just something, and it was really, and that's the thing that I really don't think about, but right now I'm just thinking about it, right? There was other people, other like Asians, Koreans, Africans that were undocumented that were living here, but the main target was just Mexicans, right? God's chosen people. And it's crazy. And I was just like, man, but now as I hear the truth, right? As I hear, and really I had to come into the ISUPK to find this, right? I had to come in here because all I was hearing in the Christian church was just pray. Oh, stay safe out there. This, and that. Oh, we gotta pray for them. Pray for Joe, for Sheriff Joe Pyle. Pray for pray for the families that man. It was just like it was just so much confusion. That's all I can say, right? It was just so much confusion. And when I came in here, it was just so much. It was just clear. It was just clear as day. It was just clear, man. I could just. I was like, man, I'd rather be you know, I'd rather be an Issacharite than than any other nation. I don't give a damn I'd rather suffer with my people, right? I'd rather suffer with my people. I don't care what happens, right? At the end of the day, the Most High is gonna deliver us from the hand of our enemies, man. The Most High is gonna deliver us from every other nation that was trying to hunt us, every other nation that was against us, right? The Most High is gonna be on our side. You know why? Because the Most High, because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people, and it's a wicked thing to oppress, and it's a wicked thing to oppress God's chosen people, man. It's a wicked thing to think that you have so much power in your hands and not give Israel their true identity, take it from them, right? Not let them serve their own God, but serve you as a God, right? Serve your image, right? And you put that fear in so many, blacks, Hispanics, right? That when we're like when we're face to face with a police officer, it's like you have to have like I said, that customer service, voice. You have to like lower your base. You gotta be more. You gotta what did that agent say? You gotta be tolerant. You gotta be tolerant. You gotta tolerate their racism. You gotta tolerate their disrespect. And that, man, and that's what Christianity has bred. That's what Christianity has has put in so much in the minds of so many men, that we have to be tolerant with how America treats us. But no more, man. No more. That's why I thank the Most High for the ISUPK and Commander Jerry Hanna for training men to escape that captivity.
That's right.
To escape that oppression. Because really, that is you a slave. Like you basically like what the how the Most High says, right? Is Israel a homeborn slave? Hell no. Damn that. No, we are not. But yet, because how America and because of what our religious leaders have fed us, that's that's really where they keep us at.
Mhm.
They keep us on our knees.
Mhm.
They keep us on the floor, and they let brothers die by racist cops. They're the reasons why they let that happen. And they're the reasons why they can say Donald Trump and any other racist man that's in power, right? So like any other racist Edomite,
Mhm.
right? Any other nation, right, that's in power can say racist things towards the Mexicans, towards the Puerto Ricans, the Haitians, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, right? The so-called Negroes,
Mhm.
right? They can say all they want to say, but yet understand this, man. Vengeance is coming, right?
That's
Our
right.
vengeance is coming, man. And guess what? It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be glorious, right? And that's what we pray for every day. I don't know what you be praying in those Christian church. I don't know what you be crying about in that church. But guess what? I know this. When I see my brothers die, right, in the hands of a racist cop, that does struck a nerve, and I do feel that brother's pain when he cried, especially George Floyd, when he was crying out for his mother, especially I could take it back to Philando Castile, man, when his woman was right next to him. That's like, imagine that woman had so much, like, man, so much pain. Like, I don't, uh, that brother was bleeding to death, and the woman couldn't scream. You know the fear that she had. That sister couldn't scream. She couldn't. She had to be tied. She had to have her hands behind her back in the back of the truck of the cop car in order for her to scream. She couldn't scream right there and then. Why? Because that Asian cop would have shot her. Would have shot her for fear of his life. Man, man, where were we, man? Keep going.
And the truth is not in him. But whoso keep verse 5, but whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected.
Right, but whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected. Right? This is real love, man. This is real love. Keeping the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, that's real love. That's how you know you love the Most High. Just like any son should, man. If you love your father, then do as your father says. Be good and sin not. Right? Choose life. Choose life. Why are you gonna choose death, man? Why are you gonna choose the very same thing that's killing you, man? Why are you gonna go on this on the left side of where your enemy's at? Why are you gonna try to be friends with the enemy, knowing damn well they're the reason why we in this condition? For what? Right? For what? Why are you gonna get yourself a white woman, man? She's never been, she doesn't know nothing about the struggle in America. Black is not a color, man. Understand that. Black is not a color. It's a condition. And guess what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native the so-called Negro, the so-called Mexican, the so-called Native American, you are black because you living in a condition that no other nation knows about. They don't even understand it. Asian hate. You know how long it took to cut that out? You know how long it took to, you know, to basically forced everybody to stop hating on Asians. It didn't take over 400 years. I tell you that. It didn't take over 400 years. It didn't take a march. It didn't take nothing. It didn't take a vote. I don't see no Asians trying to go door to door trying to ask, with a petition of, oh, we're trying to stop Asian hate. Is there any way you can help? Are you a registered voter? I never I never even heard. I didn't even see no Asians say. You know how many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans I've seen say how, like, I've heard so much. Are you a registered voter? Are you a registered voter? Can you vote? Can you vote? But yet an Asian, they don't have to work the way we need to work for equality. They don't need to work. They don't work the way they don't sweat the way we sweat for, for mercy. Like, it's given to them. It's given to them. They get so much love from everybody else, but yet where's the love for you, right? Where's the love for you? Understand this: blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, you need to come together, man. Understand this: everybody is against you. Everyone is against you, and the only way we can survive is if we come together, man, and we serve our God. If we what? If we keep His commandments. If we love the Most High, man. You are His children, man. Stop looking at the beauty of America, man. America is nothing but a whore that sits upon many waters, man. That's all America is.
That's right.
America is just a whore, and it's just trying to seduce you into eating this dream that was really never there for you. It's like you chasing your own shadow. That's all you really do. When you chasing America's dream, when you trying to pursue what? You're trying to pursue happiness. It's like you're trying to pursue happiness in America, man. It's like chasing your own shadow. You're never gonna get it. You think you can be happy in America, knowing damn well how much you've gone through, the history, the bloodshed. Go ahead.
It's like in the Constitution, right? They say that that America is built on everybody having the opportunity to pursue happiness. Everybody can pursue happiness. So what they meant by that is they'll take the Polish, they can come over here as immigrants. They'll take the Russians, they can come over here as immigrants. They'll take the Turks, they can come over here as immigrants. The Italians, many of those come in here and they can come in here as immigrants. And they can pursue happiness here. But the so-called Mexicans can't come in here and pursue happiness.
Right.
But the Afghanistanians, they can come in and they can pursue happiness here.
Man.
And they ain't got to get no COVID checks. They ain't got to get checked on if they got a terrorist background, if they sold drugs.
Hey, Slack, if I could on that. You know what's crazy about that is that how many of those how many of those I don't want to say nothing wrong, but what'd you say they were?
Some of the people of Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Afghanistanis.
All right, Afghanistanis, right? How many Afghanistanis did America bring over here, and how many Americans did they leave over there?
Ooh.
They left 100 soldiers over there. How many of their enemies did they bring back over here? It's a lot. That's how you know America. Look, America's a joke, man. America's a huge joke. Go ahead, Kabata, man.
So could you say that one more time?
Like I just seen this today. America left 100 soldiers in Afghanistan, and I think they brought 120,000, right? 120,000 Afghanistanis over here, and 6,000 of those were American, right? If I'm correct, I believe that's how much it was, right?
Wow.
I just seen this today in the news. Like you can look this up, right? That's America's a joke, man, and it's the reason why we shouldn't put our trust in America, man.
Mhm.
Don't try to fight for a nation that is not for you, right? A nation, you have, man. Go ahead, Kabata.
It's like basically, it's almost like when you do the math, one American soldier or 1,000 Afghanis, some 1,200 Afghanis is worth one American soldier's life. Like they actually are pricing them and trading them. But Slagis, I just want to build on what you're saying. As far as we should never put our trust in this nation, that they can't even save themselves from Afghanistan. It like the America is like the reconstruction and the attempt at reconstructing the Tower of Babel, where in order to stay in power, they have to integrate all nations under them, and it's not going to work. The Most High made it clear at the Tower of Babel, he's not for that.
Right.
But no, they have to be the one.
That's true, man. And that's heavy because that is absolutely true, man. America is like what they say a boiling pot or a melting pot.
Concert.
Right. A melting pot, right? Americans, whoever pledges to that, to that flag is an American, right? Whoever, stands up for the flag, whoever, what's an American thing? Thanksgiving, whoever celebrates 4th of July, whoever wears red, white, and blue, whoever has, don't tread on me on, on a t-shirt or on their car, right? Anybody who has a flag, outside of, I mean, in Arizona, that's all you see. It's nothing but flags, man. Where I be driving by my neighborhood, that's all I see is either it's the flag, is American flag, and then don't tread on me, right underneath, and then maybe right underneath is Blue Lives Matter flag, right, which is all black and then just the blue light, right? That's all you see in Arizona is flying around in the back, the print on the windows. That's all you see. But America, like I'm telling you, America is a big joke, man. America's a joke, and is the reason why we shouldn't put our trust in America. Why don't you put your trust in something more greater than, right? Why don't you put your trust in the Most High? You put your trust in flesh. Is that what you're telling me? You put your trust in something that can easily be destroyed by a higher power, the Most High. Damn, man, look, go ahead, trust in America. See how good that does for you, right? See how good that does. See how much love America will show you, right? Damn, I'm gonna give my love to the Most High, right? I'm gonna give my love to the Most High. Why? Because I know if I have the Most High with me, on the right side of me, if I'm on the right side of the Most High, guess what? The Most High is gonna fight for me. The Most High is gonna give me vengeance, man. Right? Go ahead.
Hereby know we that we are in him.
Right, that we are in him, meaning we are one in one accord. Meaning we are in one, we basically solid. Whatever we say, the Most High is with it. Whatever the Most High says, we are with it. Right? Like we are like, man, imagine that. Imagine when you can ask the Most High, and the Most High give an order to destroy America. Right? Imagine when you can just, man, oh man. Like, look, give me 1 John 2:15. All right. Or you can start at John 3. All right. Nah, give me 1 John 2:15.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
neither the things that are in the world. Go ahead.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right, man. Look, you love the world. I mean, you love taking baths, right? You love taking showers and thinking that it's gonna clean you in that church, in that filthy church. It's not gonna help you, man. The church is of the world. Why do I say that? Because they celebrate Christmas every day. They celebrate Christmas, they celebrate Thanksgiving, they celebrate every holiday, every pagan holiday, right? And not letting you know that all these holidays, all these holidays that America be keeping, they're the worship of other gods. When the Most High said there's only one God, right? There's only one God. Not only that, but there's only one way to serve the Most High. And it's not through, Jesus' birthday, through what is it, Christmas? Through December 25th, right? Oh, by putting a tree. Why do you have to put a tree up for? What is that? What is that for? Have you ever even questioned that? What is the whole? It's like a ritual. It's like something. Now that's really a cult, man. That's a cult. They're over here giving gifts to a tree. What does a tree need a gift for? Why do you need to decorate that tree for? Like, I don't see anybody decorating any trees during summer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't see anybody decorating palm trees during the summer. But during winter, man, they're gonna light up. It's gonna be a light show all throughout America. The lights are gonna be on all day, it's like all night, right? All night they're gonna light up red and green lights. Man, that's of the world, man. You love the world, guess what? If you love the world, guess what? The love of the Father is not in you. You love Christmas, you love Thanksgiving. Guess what? Then you don't love the Most High. You don't love the God of this Bible, because if you love the God of this Bible, then guess what? You would keep His commandments. And because you don't love the God of this Bible, you will make an excuse. You will make an excuse, an exceptional how do they say it? An exceptional man. You'll basically make your sins an exception, meaning thinking that it's not, like, for instance, right? Like one of a Christian or worldly thing to say is it's not what enters into the man, or it's not what enters into a man's body that defiles him, but what comes out of the mouth, right? Meaning, in so much word, Christians use that to say it's okay to eat pork. It's okay to eat pork. Eating pork doesn't kill you, but I guess eating bats does, right? Eating rats does. Eating dogs, cats, eating all that does, right? Eating monkeys, right? Which is what they were doing, right? Which is how you got Ebola, right? Eating all these unclean beasts, eating swine's flesh, like that can kill you. That can start another pandemic. Go ahead.
So like I said, if I could have precept to build on what you're saying.
Go ahead.
So like I said, this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 4, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you, as it pertains to the Christian church, sir.
Come on. Read that one more time.
Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot.
Right. Like, we look, we're not going. Look, we're not gonna go to none of these. What is it called?
Unity camps.
No, mayhems. The Buster Cell mayhem or something like that. I forget what they call them. Right? The
door busters.
the door
Black
busters.
Fridays.
Yeah, the Black Fridays. The. I mean, you can go ahead and buy whatever you want to buy, right? But if you gonna do that for a present, for a gift on Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
right? If that's your intentions, then man, we not going there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're there for, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know for some brothers, that gone through it, right? Like, your parents or your family members would try to call you up to tell you, oh, happy birthday, this and that. Like, nah. Like, but I know once that day comes, look, it's either we ain't talking or because really we don't really talk any other time, but during certain days that you want to talk, right? During Christmas, birthdays, Thanksgivings, Mother's Days, Father's Days,
Mm-hmm.
some Mexicans celebrate, Dia de los Niños.
Mhm.
I don't know what the hell that is, but that it's just like little things like that. That's all of the world. These are worldly things, right? They're not written in the book of Leviticus of what we should keep, right? They're not high holy days,
Right.
right? It's, I mean, if it's not a Passover, a feast of first fruit, blowing of the trumpets, if it's not any high holy day that's written in the records, in these records, and then we're not gonna celebrate that. Why? Because that really you're just worshiping another god. You love the world. Well, guess what? The love of the Father is not in you, right? The love of the Father is not in you. And look, don't tell me you don't celebrate, any of these pagan holidays, because I see Christians even trying to make adjustments, right? Trying to what the perfect word is, compromise, right? Compromise with what the world wants, but you shouldn't be doing that. But yet they'll compromise ways to what? To satisfy the children, well, really satisfy the people, right? Because that's what the people want. Whatever the people want, the pastor is going to make adjustments to give them what they want. Go ahead.
John, if I could, sir, like with Halloween, so they celebrate Halloween, right? But they don't call it Halloween. They call it they call it the harvest. I can't recall what they call it. It's some sort of they have a pumpkin patch. That's what they have, right? So every October 31st, they have a pumpkin patch, and it's not Halloween, so you don't dress up as ghosts and goblins, but you still go and you get candy and stuff like that. So it's the same thing, but they want to put off like we're doing Halloween, but in a righteous way, so that way your kids just have fun.
Right.
Like we're in the ISUPK, we would never compromise like that and say anything about pumpkins or nothing on October.
That's the beauty of ISUPK is we don't compromise nothing. We don't compromise, like we don't trim our ways to seek love in
That's
here.
right.
We don't like we're not here to for your benefit. No, we're doing this for the Most High. We're not doing this for no man. We're doing this for the Most High, right? Like we do what we do for our Father, right? We don't do this for nobody else, for no other nation. Like we don't like this is all for the Most High. Everything we do, right? And I remember too, because I used to go to my parents used to take us to a Mormon church, right? Somewhere on Central and something, right? And what they used to do was they I think on Halloween night they would make it like a party, like a kind of uh, Yeah, like a party, basically, right? So that night, it's like, oh, everybody bring your food, this, and that, and also remember to to put a costume on your child, basically, right? Because everybody's gonna be and to get a goodie bag or whatever they call them, right? Because they're gonna give out candy, this, and that, right? So it's like you still, it's like yo, 1 foot in and you're 1 foot out. Well, so like it actually, Mormons are all the way out, so like it, right? Including the Catholic and the Christians. I'm just saying, the Mormons are like, now that's if you want to know a cult, like Mormons and Jehovah's Witness fall right in there, because I don't know anybody that's gonna go to that is gonna basically hunt you down and basically beat you to go to their church. Like Mormons is one of them. You'll see them on bikes, all white with black a black all white buttoned up t-shirt with a black tie and a black jeans con, and sometimes with a helmet and a bike. Like that's all you see around here. Like, and I'm just like, man, who are they trying to chase down now, right? Like, man, that I'm telling you, that that's another thing, right? But anyways, right? They don't love the Most High, right? Ain't nobody can say that they love the Most High when they not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Especially if you keeping the same things that the world loves, right? Give me. It's like, did you have something? Kabbalah?
So like, sir, I already read my precept, sir.
Okay. Give. So, give me first. So, like, give me just the book of John, chapter 3, verse 34.
It's the book of John, chapter 3, verse 34. For he whom God hath sent speaketh the words of God. For God giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him.
It's like, what's that?
This is the book of John, chapter 3, verse 34.
It's like, can you give me chapter 13, verse 34?
Slide, sir.
It's a lot, man.
The book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
All right, if you love one another, man, that's how you know you following Christ, man. If you love one another, man. If you breaking bread with your brother, man. If you're not trying to push your brother away, man. You're not trying to push your brother away, man. If you pushing your brother away, then you don't love your brother, man. You don't love your brother. If you look at it's like if you rather get yourself a white woman than a black woman, if you rather get yourself a black man, it's like a white man rather than a black man, then you don't love your brother. Then you don't love your sister, right? Why? Because you over here, you'll rather love, it's like you rather love, these other nations, and really no man can serve two masters, because either you love one and hate the other. If you gonna love your brother, man, look, that's the thing. We've given our love so much to everybody else, man, like completely to everybody else, but yet where do we draw the line? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do we draw the line where it's like, you know what? I see that my people are in a condition where they don't get much love. They don't get much compassion, and they don't get much mercy. You know what? Why don't you give that to to your brother. Give your brother some compassion. Give him some mercy, man. Give him some mercy. Give him some what? Give him some love, man. Why? Because everybody, like, you so quick to give everybody else, you so quick to give Karen some love, you know, to give all these other races, as it's like it races, nations, some mercy, some love. But when it comes to you, to your own brother, man, if he steps on your shoe, is draw, it's over, right? It's over from there. He steps on your shoes. He I don't know. He cut in front of you on KFC, or so, like, what was that? So like, what was that?
Popeye's chicken.
Popeye's chicken, right? He cuts in line on Popeye's chicken. Man, instead of just fighting with the brother, or instead of killing the brother, why would you just talk it out, like, hey, yo, what's up? I understand sometimes it's just like, the whole not I'm not gonna let nobody punk me around, this and that, stigma. But look, you let the white man punk you around so much to the point where it's just like you just you say, I don't even know. It's just like, it's just a joke from now. It's just a joke. Like, the white man gets so much love. If he trespasses you, it's like, man, you don't say nothing to him. But yeah, let a black man or Hispanic man do something, right? Let a brother do something. Man, it's like, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Why? Because the world hates the world hates God's chosen people, man. And guess what? You want to join that bandwagon so bad. Guess what? This is your time, right? This is your time to hate your brother. Man, damn that, man. Stop eating, or stop feeding to what the world is giving, is providing, right? What the world is feeding you, right? The world tells you visually, in television, right, how to hate your brother, how to hate your sister, right? The world tells you, it basically programs you to teach you, right? You from a child sometimes too, going through school, right? But tells you how, in order to survive, you either gotta talk more like a white man, or you gotta love white people more than black people. That's what America tells you. How to survive in America? That's the options you have. It's either, eliminate the idea of where you came from, right? Where you came from, the conditions that you were in, like, just like they did to Oprah, right? Forget about where you come from and actually help us out. Actually help, Africans in Ghana, or Africans in whatever, right? Actually help, white Americans out more than what? Than blacks. More than what? Than your brothers, than your sisters, right? And that's what America will do to you. It will destroy you into hating your own brother. Right? Go ahead.
It's like you, sir. It's either support white supremacy or agree to self-hatred.
Right. Brock?
Oh, I was going to say the same thing as you saying. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to hate black people and Hispanic people, because everybody hates black people and Hispanic people. And it's so easy to love a white man, because the white man gets love and respect from everybody. So naturally, us as black people, we're going to hate ourselves and love the oppressor, because the oppressor is loved by everybody. And that's the popular thing to do.
I mean,
black people are we're respected as a person. So we're going to, we respect the white man's ability so much that we pick him over our own people.
Right, man. Like, we respect him so much that we will dress up every October 31st as one of them. Like, we'll dress up like Superman, like, Batman, like, like all of them, right? We'll dress up like them, but yeah, you won't you won't carry that same energy when it comes to your own people. Keeping some of that integrity in you, you won't sacrifice the world for Christ's sake, right? You won't. That's the problem, man. That Christ is a black man. Christ is a black man, and you you wouldn't do that. Like that's another thing too, right? When we like, I remember hearing or seeing how when we say Christ is a black man, it's like, you're a liar. You're a liar. I was like, hold up, man. It's like, aren't you black? You're a liar. Like, it's like Christ or saying how Christ didn't have a color, or you guys hate Christ, or you guys, you guys are teaching hate. Like, what is it with, like, what is it with me telling you Christ's true image that is that somewhere in between that it is teaching hate? Like, if anything, what America told you, that was hate. Telling you that Christ is a white man, that was hate. Telling you that he got this this land by manifest destiny, that's hate. By telling you that you're the savage, and I'm the telling you that you're black and I'm white, telling you that that you're evil and I'm basically justice. Telling you that you're you know what I'm saying, like telling you that everything is wrong with you and there's nothing wrong with America. There's nothing wrong with themselves, right? There's nothing wrong with the white man being the devil, right? Like, that's what they fed you, man. Like America is not all that good, man. I don't know what you think this is, right? Yeah, America got all military power and all this, a great army, but at the end of the day, that's gonna turn into dust, into powder. It's gonna turn into ashes, right? It's gonna turn into ashes when those bombs start flying right over your house and hits everything that they have. Guess what? In that day, we'll see how strong America is when the Most High visits America. When the Most High visits this country that has destroyed so many of our people, we'll see how strong they are, right? Give me Slaki, give me Psalms 58 and 10. Psalms 58, verse 10.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
He shall what?
Wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Right. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. Man. Read that one more time.
The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Right. Go ahead.
So that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous.
There's a what?
Reward for the righteous.
Man, look. Oh, man. I'm just like it. Like, I don't know what they be feeding you in the Christian church, but look, it's a whole, like, I'm telling you, it's a whole different spirit when you come in here, man. It's a whole different spirit. Like, I'm telling you, the spirit that the men have in here is the same spirit that King David, all these warriors had, man. From the Maccabees, so like from King David to the Maccabees to Christ, man, all these men had a warrior spirit, and not only that, but these brothers had like They just had more love. They had love for their people, man. And I don't know what they feeding over there in the Christian church, man, or in the Catholic church, because I don't hear nobody talking about vengeance, talking about how the Most High should reward thee as thou hast served us. I don't hear nothing about that. I don't hear nothing about, you know, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Mhm.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. I don't hear nothing, none of these scriptures being pulled out. You know what I do here? I hear a lot of turn the other cheek.
Mhm.
I hear a lot of, what's that the one I just said, it's not what comes out of a man's mouth, or it's not what, it's not what entered into a man's mouth that defiles the body, but what comes out of a man's mouth, right? I hear a lot of that. I hear a lot of, a lot of excuses, really. I hear a lot of excuses and a lot of, it just, man, it's just some weak sodomite, things that they be saying in these Christian churches, man. Like, a lot of crying too. That's all I hear too. A lot of crying, man. You can hear across from the street, from, with closed doors and everything. You can hear everybody crying. Sounds like somebody's, whipping them or something. I don't know. Like, it sounds horrible, man. And you need to flee from that church, man. I'm just telling you really what's gonna help you, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to help you, right? Because nobody ever told me about this, right? Nobody ever told me about, you know, that there's a reward for being righteous. That, that your enemy, right, which is America, who has, oppressed your people, well, that read that again out from the top.
Sir. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Right. Give me Isaiah 35:3. Right. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, man. And guess what? America has been so wicked to, to God's chosen people, that he's not only murdered them, but he has, basically he has created genocide, like through Planned Parenthood, through, worshiping, forcing us to worship other gods, through telling us that image, Caesar Borgia, that Jesus Christ that you be worshiping on that cross, that is your God, a white man. If I could.
Sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come
It's like 35:3.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 35, verse 3. Strengthen ye the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance.
Right, your God will come with vengeance. Man, your God will come with vengeance, man. Stay strong, all right? Or stay strong, sis. Man, stay strong. Why? Be strong, because what you seeing right now, this is not the end. This is like near to the end, man. You see America falling right now. America fall tonight. I pray for it, man. I pray for that day, man. America needs to fall, man. America needs to be, dealt with quickly by the hand of the Most High, man. Why? Because, man, we desperately need it, man. You seen how much can we handle another brother's murder, man, another brother's death? Another brother's, how long can you suffer in this oppression? For not too long, man. Like but at the end of the day, you need to have patience. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Give me verse 10. Or actually start at verse 1.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. I said in mine heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore, enjoy pleasure.
So like, hold on. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1.
Come, sir.
So, woo. Con.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. Prepare thy soul for temptation. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright.
Set your mind aright, man. In your mind, that's where everything starts, man. In your thoughts. That's where every action comes from. In your thought, in your mind. Right? Set your heart aright, right? When it says your heart, what it's really talking about is your mind. Your heart don't got no action, right? Your heart just pumps blood. But really, your mind had, you put so much thought into something, you might just do it. Right? You put so much thought into, killing your own brother, you might just do it. You put so much thought into sleeping with a prostitute, you might just do it. Why? Because that's what you're basically, instead of meditating the law day and night, you're meditating that sin day and night. Before you go to sleep, that's all you're thinking about. Before after you wake up, that's what you stay on. Why don't you be like King David, right? I pray the law I do pray, so like the law do I meditate day and night. Make sure you stay on top of your game, man. Make sure you stay, loving the Most High. Right? Keep going.
And constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
And what? And constantly endure. Right? Constantly endure, man. You're gonna have to suffer. You don't have to, when you come in here, you're gonna have to suffer. Suffer what? Suffer the thought of not opening a gift on Christmas. Suffer not eating a turkey leg on Thanksgiving. Suffer, suffer not getting drunk on, your cousin's quinceañera. Suffer not being able to hear the banda, la banda live at that quinceañera. Suffer all that. Suffer what the world sees as joy. What was that? I count all things but loss. Right? Give me that. Actually, give me. Actually, keep going. Keep going. Slug in that.
And constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Keep going.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
And be what?
Patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Right. You might be changed to a low state, right? You might have had the job, right? You might have had the bread, you might have had that position, right? But now because you have to let your beard grow, oh, you know what? We're gonna have to drop you from your position. It's because it's just your image, right? It's your image, this and that. I mean, you've just never been the same since you joined that cult. I don't know what's happening to you. I don't know if you I don't know if you really, if you really want this, right? You're gonna have to choose, right? You're gonna have to choose, right? You'll hear that a lot when you come in here. You're gonna have to choose. I don't mean I like you're gonna hear that from the world for sure. You're gonna hear that from your family, from your either your rib, your mother, or your father, or your brother, your siblings, or sometimes your friends. Ah man, you just never been the same, man. I don't know. I don't know if you could, we could kick it anymore. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be with you anymore. You know, son, you're gonna have to choose, man. You're gonna have to choose, son. You're gonna have to choose. You're gonna hear that, man. You're gonna hear that a lot. And really, you are gonna have to choose, man. Be patient. Be patient when you in that low state. You're gonna lose a lot of family. You're gonna lose a lot of friends. You know, for who? For Christ's sake, man.
Mm-hmm.
For Christ's sake, right? You're gonna lose all that for Christ. Because guess what? Behold, my mother and my father. You're gonna get new. You're gonna get a new family in here, man. The family that never the family that that you deserve, that you deserve, man. Right? A brother that's not gonna let you down. A brother that's not gonna forget about you, man. Your name will never go, will never leave in vain in here, man. I don't know. Your name will forever be in here, man. Go ahead, Prod. I mean, Kabataman.
So I get one. If I could, to build on what you're saying, sir. The precept.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right, perfect, man. Hey, give that brother a hand, man. Right, because that's what, and this is Christ speaking, man. Christ is look. I don't know who thought. I think it's because, man. Actually, man, it's all the Christian church, really. It's all your religious leaders, right? Making you think that when you with Christ, oh, you gonna get blessed, man. Oh, have you received your $1 million check on the mail yet? If not, let me give you this holy one, or let me give you this napkin. This napkin, if you rub it in your wallet, then it will increase your money. It will increase your bread. It will increase your happiness. Keep this in your pocket, man, wherever you have, and keep this with you. Man, they look, they sell you a lot of BS in there, man. Like they hustlers in there. They some certified hustlers in there, man. I don't know what they feeding you, but you eat it like it's sweet, right? Like it's sweet. Why? Because they know you poor. They know you poor. They know you need it. They know you need money. They know you late on rent. They know that. Why don't you just, all those ties that you be collecting, why don't you just help that brother out? Why don't why don't you help that sister out with all them ties that you be collecting? What is it, like millions, billions of dollars? You can't pay that brother's light. You can't pay that, you can't pay his his rent. Man, like I'm telling you, man, thank the Most High for Commander Jerry Hannon for the love and the compassion that he has for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Because, man, like, look, I've gone and searched, and from celebrities, so it's like kind of celebrities to music artists to you know, to everything, you know, to street, you know, to the streets. It's just there's nowhere in between where you can find someone as righteous as Commander Jerry Hunter to follow. Like Commander Jerry Hunter is the only man worthy enough to follow, man. Because all the anything outside of here, all you're gonna get is just a boot to the face. You're gonna get a kick to the face. You're gonna get, you know, you're gonna just get, man. They gonna turn your back on you, like, as soon it's like. Let me just hold my. Let me keep going. Is there any more on that?
Answer. It's a lot here. Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Come on. Boy.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
All right, man. Look, understand this, man. That woman's gonna test you with them kids, right? Test you with them kids, tell you how, you know, oh, you ain't a good father. I thought you wanted this. You told me, you know, you weren't gonna be like my last, this and that, why did you, you a deadbeat, all that, you're gonna hear all that. And I'm telling you this so you can prepare yourself, right, for when you do hear it, right? Because it's good to prepare yourself for battle, right? You want to be mentally prepared for what you're gonna get yourself into, right? And you're gonna go through it. You're gonna go through these battles. You're gonna lose family. You're gonna lose mother. You're gonna lose, your wife. You're gonna lose your kids. It's gonna happen, right? But blessed is he that keeps his family and brings them in here, man. You are blessed. But I'm just letting you know, there's a slight chance that you might lose. You might lose those that you thought that were so close to with you, that you thought would ride with you. That as soon as you heard this, oh man, he's gonna be right on top. He's like, man, this is something that we've been talking about this. We've been talking about this. This is the same thing we've been talking about. We gonna join all that, right? All that hype, and then all that hype, it just like dies down as soon as he leaves, as soon as she leaves, as soon as they leave. But go back to Ecclesiastes. You have it? Go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 4. Ecclesiasticus, a lot. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 4.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Right, because you're going to be changed to a low estate, man. Keep going.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
In the furnace of what?
Adversity.
You're going to get a lot of troubles, man. You're going to go through a lot of troubles. You're going to go through a lot, man. And look, and it's not going to end there, man. It doesn't end there, right? And you're going to think to yourself, man, when does it ever end? Never. It's not going to end. You're going to keep, it's gonna be, it's like something that you're going to constantly be fighting, right? But at the end, don't worry. Don't be hurting yourself too much. Why? Because you have brothers. You have leaders that can help you with that. You have men in here that can give you the righteous counsel that you need, the proper counsel that you need to face those, those adversities, right? Keep going. Skip down to, what's that, verse 5? Yeah, skip down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Right, man, look, like For instance, like Job is the perfect one, right? Job is like the perfect, story to tell, right? Because Job went through so much, and he stuck through the whole thing, right? And at the end, he was blessed. He was blessed with double with what he had lost. I'm telling you now, look, you're gonna lose that wife. Guess what? You're gonna have 3, 4 more wives, right? You're gonna have 3, 4 more wives that was better than that one, right? You're gonna have, more children, right? You're gonna repopulate the whole, earth with a new nation, whatever, your new name may be, right? The seed of such and such, right? I have a new generation in this earth, man. I have so many children in here, man. You're gonna have a new family. You might, that slavery wasn't working with you, man. You might have another slavery that was better than that. You know, that's easier for for your time, right? Keep going.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy.
And what?
Mercy.
And what?
Mercy.
Right, full of compassion and mercy. Keep going.
Long suffering.
Long what?
Suffering.
Long suffering. Keep going.
And very pitiful.
Go ahead.
And forgiveth sins.
And what?
Forgiveth sins.
Right, man. Understand that. You come in here, look, man, I understand. Especially when you, like, for me, it was just like, man, I don't know why they would accept me. I was just like, I can't see it in me, right? I can't even see. I was just like, but that's the humble way to think though, right? Because that will change you into a new man, right? Because you know the man that you were, and you don't want to be that man. You want to be like the men that you see the men above you, right? You want to be like them. You basically want to mimic, their character, their spirit, right? You want to mimic like the same men that you look up to, right? And man, I'm just like, they gonna forgive me. I was like, I look at these brothers, and I hear about the stories that that they've gone through. And I was just like, God damn. I mean, and look at who they are now, right? Look at cap offices, and from offices, they jump from they all started, like, understand this too. Everybody starts from where you are at right now. Start from a young man. Start from that, from a young man coming in here not knowing nothing, knowing the same thing that right? They come in here with all that, with so many problems behind that. They get their they get their 90 days Hebrew name, boom, right? They finish their 90 days Hebrew name. They're a trooper. They get their test. They pass that. Boom. After the test, it's just like you're an officer such and such, from such and such, right? Officer 50 of such and such. Boom. You do work. You work. You do what? You do what? Kabadamath.
Whatever the Lord tells you.
Okay. What's the topic? You do.
Oh, you do love indeed.
You do love in deeds. That's what you do. You do love in deeds. You do all these things because what? Because you love the Most High, and you want what? You want mercy. You want forgiveness of your sins. You want to change, man. You want to prove yourself. You want to prove to the Most High that You not that man that you were before. Ooh, you changed man. You want to be greater. You want to be a better man than that man that's buried. That man is long gone. You don't want that no more, right? And that's what you do when you come in here. You do love in deeds through actions, man. Forgiveness of the sins, right? You go through so much from the night. Starting from a young man, you do your whole 90 days, and then you look at these men and you see the positions that they're on, and you can tell yourself, you know what? I can do that. I can do that. Because guess what? In the Christian church, you can't become a millionaire by feeding people lies. But in here, you can be a worthy and honorable man, a man with integrity. And those are some values that the world doesn't keep, man. Those are valuable things, man. Those are some valuable things. Honor, respect, loyalty. Man, these are things that, the world doesn't like. It's just like something that's basically going extinct, man. Something that's not it's not being talked about no more. Everybody's so quick to, pretend to be gay just for a record deal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everybody's so quick to turn their children into homosexuals just for, attention,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just for lust, just for selfishness. Everybody's quick to tell a woman, what they want to hear just for self gain, just to, just to make her just so you can, basically get in it's like just to get in her guts, right? That's all. That's the only reason why you say that. You make a woman, oh, what's your zodiac sign? Your zodiac sign is what her zodiac sign is, because, or matched with her zodiac sign, because you know what women like, right? You know what women like. That's what they're all into right now. Zodiac signs, this and that. Go ahead.
So, like, sir, I don't mean to go off, but I got a precept to build on what you was just saying, sir.
Go ahead.
That to that as it pertains to loving indeed.
Right.
This is the book of John, chapter 16, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
Perfect.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Salaki. And verse 14. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. That's the deed, sir.
Man, that's the deed right there. Whatever I so command you. Christ commanded us to do something, man.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? In here, we're going to give our lives up for our brother. The lives that we had in the world, we're going to give that. We're going to give that up. We're going to give that up. Why? Because, I'm doing this for my brothers, right? And because Christ said so, right? Because Christ said so, right? Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, then the love of the Father is not in you, man.
Right.
And guess what? Then you don't love your brother, and you don't serve the Most High. And how can you be a man of God when you love the world? Take me back to where we were at. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2,
verse 11 at the end.
Con.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction.
Read verse 14.
Verse 14. Woe unto you,
that have lost patience? And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Right. Man, understand that. You know, look, I pray no brother ever goes through that, man. I pray no brother ever goes through that. You lose patience. You come in here, eh, man. I hope you never lose patience, man. Don't lose patience, right? Imagine that. Imagine being here, you know, since 1969. Imagine how many brothers have left. Man, that's why, man. Look, give Commander Jerry Hunt a hand, man, for never losing patience, man. For never losing patience. You know, give the generals hand. Give all the generals hand too, man. The captains, you know, all them officers. Like, give yourselves a hand, man, because really, like, so many people have left because of of being so impatient. Talking about how Christ is coming, and yet we don't know the hour or the day when he's gonna come. But guess what? The Most High said, "Destruction unto you." When what? When the Lord visits you, right? When the Most High visits you, guess what? It's gonna, man. What was that one? IUIC or is it IUIC? It was some other cat that just died from COVID. ICJ. IC. That's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, candy canes, right? All of them, right? Like, you left the truth. You went and go set up your own little organization. And you know what? Woe unto you, right? Go ahead. Man, like, I mean, look, what was like destruction is gonna come into you. Look, you don't want to, and you don't want to be in the way. Like, I'm telling you, look, it's better that you, Second Peter's. It's better that they have never heard the truth, because then you gonna get entangled therein again, right? It's like the dog that goes back to its vomit, right? That's what you're doing. When you hear this truth, yeah, it's so nice, it's so good, you know, but to actually digest it, to actually, do what needs to be done, to do the work, that takes a lot of work. Sounds good. Boom, you hear it, it's like, damn, brother, I'm with you. I'm right with you. I feel you, man. Hey, that's so true. Damn. Hey, tell him again. Tell him again. They didn't hear it. Tell him again. Right? You hear that? All right. Yeah, it sounds good. All right. I don't know about you, but it's a heavy thing, man. It's a heavy, you know, it's it's a heavy thing, but it's a glorious thing to be a soldier of Christ, right? To be a soldier of Christ, you got to be worthy of it. Not anybody can just come in here and just claim to be a soldier of Christ. Yeah, you can come in here and sit in these seats, right? But to get dressed in all black, to get orders that you're not so used to being given, that's it takes a lot of zeal to sit in these seats, man. Right? I say that because not so many people are gonna come, because it's not something like it's not something popular where people just want hear about it, and it's like, yeah, like this and that, like, did you hear, boom boom boom. It's not something that everybody's talking about. You know what everybody's talking about? Everybody's talking about you know that new song that just came out, or
Great challenge.
the crate challenge, oh God, don't even get me started. Everybody's talking about worldly things. That's their main interest, is being filled with their lust, right? Nobody wants to talk about how, like, what did it say? What did it say to the priest? Prophesy not unto us smooth, prophesy unto us smooth things.
Mhm.
You know, basically, don't come over here telling us, well, God this, God that,
Mhm.
all this, all that, right? Don't come to us about what we need to do. Talk about how I need to get the bag, how I need to, where the females at, right? Where the bitches at, right? So excuse my language, right? But that's the type of energy that our people are in. Don't nobody want to hear about this, right? But at the end of the day, you want to have patience, man. And not only that, but too, man. If anything, that's why there's a phone, man. There's a phone you can call, man. Like call. I don't know. Like call my phone. Call Parag. Call like look us up. Call. You here. If you come in here, I mean you get the brother's phone number. Boom. Chop it up. You know, keep it going. That's the thing is that we need to we gonna be here with each other, man. And guess what? We gonna wait for Christ to come, man. It's gonna be a beautiful day when that day does happen, man. And you don't want to be on the look. I like to talk about the good part, but I also don't want to let you. I don't want to let you forget about the bad part, man. I don't look. There's gonna be bombs flying over here, man, and it's gonna be nuclear war. Look at or ask the Asians, right? Or what were they?
Japanese.
The Japanese, right? Uh, uh, that bomb in Hiroshima, right? That's how you pronounce it, right? Man, I'm bad with pronunciation, man. But the bomb in Hiroshima, right? Ask them how that went. Like you could see the shadow from that bomb, that the mark that it left after. Go ahead, Kapadama.
Slide, sir. I just got this precept
Go ahead.
to build on what you're saying, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 9. Being that like this is a heavy burden, and the reason why it's a heavy burden is because our people are not easy to convince. Our people don't just hear the word of the Lord and then we all just listen and you know what, they sound right, let's go do it. It's like verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits.
Right, prophesy deceit, right? And just tell us what we want to hear. Don't tell us what we need to hear, man. So much words, right? Don't tell us nothing about we don't want to be here. What did it say? What did they what's that one? No, what did they tell Kentucky 8?
Yeah.
Right? They said don't come up to us talking about
That righteous Bible.
the righteous Bible shit, right?
Mhm.
Nah, man. And look, the Most High was not with them on that day, man. None of them, right? They wanted to test the men of the Most High, the men of the ISUPK. Man, look, I don't see no scratch on any of these brothers, man. Man, give Kentucky 8 a hell, right? This is a glorious thing, man. Especially when you write with the Most High. I don't see none of that. When it comes to IUIC, I see IUIC ducking behind, trash cans or their podium when they hear gunshots from almost a mile away. They hear gunshots from the other side of the block, and they have to hide. When you're the one, so you're the one to you claim that the Most High is with you. What do you have to fear of, right? You that's how you know the Most High is not with them, man. Ain't nothing but cowards, man. Ain't nothing but cowards, right? Give me. I'm just trying to finish this real quick. Give me. Go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 15. I'll read verse 14 again.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience! And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word.
Will not what?
Disobey his word.
Right. When you fear something, man, especially when your mother tells you, oh, you know, your father's coming. Right. I remember, I forget who was telling this joke, right? Your father's coming. Right. It's like, you know, you over here thinking about what you did. You know, you think about what was going on, right? But if you fear your father, and guess what? You're not gonna do nothing to get a whooping. You're not gonna do anything to get a whooping, right? Why? Because you know your father's strength. You know your father's strength, and you know what he can do, right? And guess what? You are nothing like your father, right? You are nothing like your father. What did Captain Akkad said? Your hands are too short to hotbox with God, right? You can't fight with the Most High, man. Why don't you just obey the Most High and fear Him, right? Why don't you just obey the Most High and fear Him, right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. Or Salah here. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways.
And what?
Keep his ways.
And they will keep his ways, right? That's a problem too, man. If you don't fear the Most High, then you don't love him, right? But don't let no Christian deceive you into telling you, oh no, God is all love. He's no, you know, why fear him? Fear him. Why fear him? God is all love. God is all what? All good, right? God is all love. God is all good, right? All this, all that, right? But really, if you love the Most High, and then fear him, fear what he can do to you, man. Understand this: the Most High, he can do something. He can destroy the body and soul, both in hell. He can destroy your body. He can destroy you in a condition that you have never thought it even existed. In a condition where it's like, where in the hell? How did I get in this condition? How did I even get in this? How did I even get here? How did it get so low? Because of what you wanted to do. Because you wanted it. Because you wanted to disobey the Most High. Because you didn't choose fear, right? Because you didn't choose fear, but you chose what? Comfort.
Right.
You want to be, you want to be comfortable, right? You want to be, oh yeah, so it's all games, right? It's all games. It's all fun and games till you one of you get hurt, right? Till one of your loved ones get hurt, right? It's all fun and games till, oh, you know what? I didn't think it was gonna go this far, right? You didn't think you thought you can go back to the world and have your little piece of the pie, but you didn't think it was gonna be it's gonna affect you that much. And it's gonna hurt you, man. It's gonna hurt you. Why? Because the Most High chose you, gave you a better purpose, man. Gave you a different purpose. And guess what? God's chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are to obey the Most High. Why? Because out of all the families of this earth, only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. And guess what? If you break the least of these commandments, then the Most High will punish you. And guess what? And you will remember that the Most High is your Father, right? The Most High will teach you that He is your Father, and you will remember. You will remember how much it's like. You will remember how to never go against the Most High. The Most High is going to force you to obey. The Most High God of Israel will force you to serve Him. If you don't want to serve Him, guess what? He's going to teach you. He's going to make you he's going to teach you a good lesson, just like a good ass whooping has taught so many of you a lesson. Now, oh, you know what? Oh man, I'm never doing that again. After a good ass whooping, you ever say that? Oh man, I'm never doing that again. Right? I'm never doing that again. Right? Man. With that, we have the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, and I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Parak. Oh.
These are ISUPK security announcements with the ISUPK. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are the rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world, and if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which that brother and sister will court each other. And after that 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. The word tithes means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. Priest funds, which are free will offerings for the priest, they're not mandatory, but they are whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, September 6th at sundown, all right, which is next Monday. We'll be having the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, all right? It'll be a feast, so we'll have food, bring your family. All Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are invited, all right? Also, make sure, if you have not already, post a review of the school on Google. If you're coming to the physical school location, GPS the school, all right? Even if you know how to get here, just boost our stats with that. Visit the school's website, search ISUPK Arizona in your Google, and then click where it says website. We have our own separate website with just ISUPK Arizona events. Also, if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to give the teacher a courtesy salute. Men of Israel Majimus needs to stand. Amadu Shabbat, Amadu Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Brakatah,
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Brakatah.
Yadi Matah. Class is